Welcome in, everybody! It is the final map of, the final 3-map series of the day, and let's get into it. We got a little spiel at the start here, and then we'll get into the draft analysis and stuff like that. So this is going to be Dragonshire map number 1 of a 3-map series. It's not a best of 5, it's a 3-map series, meaning we're going to be seeing map 1, 2, and 3. By the time we get to map number 3, and we get through the ban phase, 40 heroes will be unavailable for Heroes of the Storm draft, or of the 90 heroes in the game available for draft. There we go. We do have baseline restrictions in the tournament. This means that they cannot be picked, played, or banned. It is going to be Anduin, Blaze, Brightwing, Chromie, Dehaka, Garrosh, Genji, Hanzo, Hogger, Johanna, Junkrat, Medivh, Rehgar, Sergeant Hammer, Sylvanas, and Valla. I will be putting these in the YouTube VOD descriptions as well for the YouTube side of things, but heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps in this 3-map series, but the bans at the top of the screen do not carry over, as Greymane could be played in map 2 or 3 if he's not picked in map 2. So that is kind of the setup for all of this. Most of you know what Meta Madness is. You've been around the block, so I don't need to really go any further into that description. Dragonshire, though, will be your first map, and first pick going over to the side of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew, so I'm assuming that was going to be the coin flip won by them. Team Cat Red on the right side in the red, very fitting. They'll ban away Tomb of Spider Queen and Towers of Doom. Battlefield of Eternity and Curse Hollow banned away by ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew, which means Blackheart's Bay could be chosen in this 3-map series, as Rehgar and Greymane have been removed. Alright, so everything is pretty much all set up. We got you all caught up as to how we got here in the first map of Dragonshire, which I believe this is the first Dragonshire of the day as well, so it's going to be exciting to see. We do have a few players that are good on Vikings. Samuro, I'm trying to remember some of the players on the right side as well. Johanna did play a lot of Zagara on this map as well in the past. Zagara does see quite a bit of play for Dragonshire. This is one of the few maps where we do see her, and she's often kind of stuck in the bottom lane, spreading creep, poking at the enemies around the objective Moonshrine. But we will see the Greymane Falstad Rehgar removed, and it's a Zeratul to be also banned. Okay, so what's the opening pick up for ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew? Do they want to grab an early Samuro and have that value for a couple of their players? Because I believe Sven has a really good Samuro. They're actually going to go into a Medivh early on. Solid mobility. It could be a dive draft. It could be a control draft as well, because Umbral Bind, or Medivh, kind of blends the two playstyles. You have that Umbral Bind with Fan and Ive resets as you kind of pull people around. It could be a Spirit of Vengeance build where you're just diving into the enemy with percent-based damage later on. Oh, and preferably, let's keep chat to English, just because I live in America, and I had poor education, so I don't know other languages. So do keep it to English, please. Just so I also can interact with it, because I don't know what Zagara del Plathera is. That is a, I don't know what that means. But Muradin Urel, the right side will be grabbed for Team Cat Red. Samura, there's the Samura I was kind of anticipating, just based off of the hero pool from ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew players. We do have the Stukov with this as well. I'm a big fan of Stukov. I know not a ton of people are favorable to him just because he doesn't have like a cleanse in his kit and stuff like that. But Flailing Swipe and Massive Shove are technically cleanses. Ew, English, I know, right? Yeah, it's a stupid made-up language. You got and not British English, American English. You got to use y'alls. Yes! Yes! Nobody knows.
Coverage.
It's a surname for Zagara. See, I wouldn't know this. You could have been saying something in another language like Zagara's a poo-poo head, and I'd be like, oh damn, I don't know. Does Bad English count? Bad English does is available as well, yeah. Jin, thank you for the Prime Gaming for 6 months. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, very much for the support to the channel. Cheers to you. Enjoy your channel, your emotes and all that good stuff, and your ad-free viewing. Zagara, there it is, with Malfurion as well. Tracer was removed, Varian taken out in the mid to late ban phase, or mid ban phase. So Medivh, Samuro, Stukov, I mean, the memery of this moment is let's joke about Cho'Gall, but I don't think it's going to be. Into the Muradin, Urel, Zagara, Malfurion. I like the idea of this being a Diablo draft, like a heavy dive draft, and then maybe, I know Tracer was banned away, but maybe some sort of sustained damage dealer to chase in further.
Reckoning is at hand.
I honestly was not expecting a Probius out of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. I know like the players on Exodia like to do that. I was not expecting the Probius here. The Tyrael's nice though. I like it a lot. Tyrael mobility is good. We do have the opportunity for Swift Retribution if he wants to do that level 7 for movement speed buff to a 145% and a 20% attack speed buff, which is not too bad for Stukov or Medivh. Muradin, Yrel, Zagara, Malfurion, they're gonna need some sort of... I feel like it's a mage here to round it out.
Glory to the Horde.
Thrall is a small blend between ability damage and physical damage. He is leaning more, of course, on the physical side of things. I'm not crazy about Team Cat Red's draft. I think they have some good opportunities to hold, but I really do think the dive, the sustained damage, the possible burst is really nice. The kind of X factor always is Probius with such a minuscule health pool, and Zagara with summonables and stuff. But either way, get your gambles in. Let's get into map number 1 of our final 3-map series of the day.
Prepare for combat.
Alright, the right side of the map, in this map number 1 for Dragonshire, we've got Team Cat Red. Guess what? In the red, Onigiri is going to be playing your Thrall. Click on that Yrel, hard playing Muradin, a Johanna, Zagara, and Necro will be your Malfurion. Left side of the map is going to be ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. You've got a... What is BRB Soaking doing? BRB Soaking will be playing Samuro. You got Reformed on the Tyrael. Hunter Orc is your Stukov. Sven, Medivh, and last but not least, Vasilio playing that Probius. We'll talk about level 1s in a moment. Let's take a look at our first engagement. Also, the Raiders finding out about the Probius copy pasta now, too. Little quick wave clear in mid. Doesn't seem like we get much of a team fight, so let's talk about the Dwarf block from Muradin, Rolling Thunder Thrall, Ardent Defender Yrel, Emerald Dreams Malfurion, and that'll be your Corpse Feeders for the Zagara Infested drop. Hey, we're nailing it. Samura's gonna go Way of Blade, which is gonna be minus physical armor onto enemies afflicted by his, It's the critical strikes. Yeah, that's what I thought. It is the critical strikes that are going to trigger off of that one. Probius with the Pulse Echo. You got Low Blow Stukov, Justice for All for the Tyrael, and Naisha's Memento on your Medivh, as we do see Siege Giants on the left and the right to be traded. Probius taking a little bit longer here. Malfurion might scout out. No, he's going to be just chilling in bottom lane with the Zagara, as we do have Samuro and Medivh in the top lane. Stukov is here as well. The Umbra Bind to pull. Actually, some body blocking pretty good there. Yrel's going to get the Avenging Wrath to try and back away. Samuro pops Mirror Images, goes over the wall. Is he going to be able to swap to another Mirror Image in time? Absolutely. BRB Soaking will be fine for the time being, as Yrel jumps in once again. Umbra Bind pulls the Yrel back. Onigiri's here for a little bit of Chain Lightning poke and maybe sustainability. Lands a Feral Spirit onto the enemies, but this fort gate is being reduced to rubble so rapidly. A few more autos from Samuro. Pops Mirror Images. Focuses onto Onigiri. If only there was some sort of fort defense to not allow enemies to dive so heavily underneath this structure, huh? Who would have thought? And this is a huge siege advantage in favor of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. Falls to the Warden's fan, and Knives going out, and Medivh gets the double kill. Hard should be able to back away. I think the pings are onto the top lane forward, and this is absolute huge pressure early on in favor of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. They will get the Sunshrine via Hunter Orc. Sven will also reset as well. Probius in bottom lane, zoned back by Malfurion and Zagara, but I mean, that's kind of expected in a 2v1 situation. It's going to be a level lead already forming between the two teams. You do have deflection from Samuro, which is going to be physical armor on the Mirror Images. And he is going to continue to just pressure into the top lane. He's actually on the Death Bridge, but he's going to swap to Mirror Image and maneuver his way into mid lane. Probably going to catch the soak as possible fight breaks out near the bottom. Zagara does have that Envenom Spine. I think it was actually immediately activated onto Reform the Tyrael. Shando's Clarity, by the way, on Necro Malfurion. And Samuro pops mirror images in mid. Onigiri is taking a lot of damage, needs to be careful. As Thrall does activate his Wind Fury. Going to be interrupting BRB Soaking once again. Medivh is currently working on a bottom lane camp. I do believe Stukov was helping out a little bit. Probably nice Memento help out with that. Pinned down level 4, and you will be seeing the Elun's Wrath as well at level 7. Samuro in mid lane almost takes down Onigiri, but the sushi roll will not be falling. Urel is flanking into Samuro over here. I was watching the minimap, and it looks like he'll be able to pop mirror images. Bopped by a Righteous Hammer, but I don't think BRB Soaking will be taken down. That double back may have been a mistake. No, I don't think. Wait, Avenging. Oh my god. Yeah, if Samuro just disengaged through the mid lane fort, he would have been fine, but Tiny Sight's 2020. More damage onto Hunter Orc in the bottom lane, and a double kill is picked up in a little bit later in this map for Team Cat Red. We don't have the Avenging Wrath level 4, but this is going to be Holy Avenger, hitting enemy here with Avenging Wrath at maximum charge, deals 25% more damage, and reduce the cooldown to 1 second. A little reset right there. We do have Tyrael in the mid lane delaying out Thrall from getting Dragonite Channel. It is going to be her Viscous Acid as well for the Cigar at level 7. She's not going to be going into Bile Drop. And the Banelings now have a 25% slow for 2.5 seconds. Rana and Necro with Muradin. It looks like he should just double back for the globe, but this is some decent siege on the fort gate and bottom lane. Level 10 looming on both sides. There's that crushing blows for the Samuro as well. Basic attacks against enemy heroes reduce the critical strike cooldown by 2 seconds. Critical strikes against enemy heroes increase Samuro basic attack damage by 10% for 4 seconds, up to 30. Nice synergy with that level 1. But let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers, because we're going to get 10 talent tiers on the top of your screen in just a moment. I'll take a look at the damage, heal, and experience, as you are surely curious in this map number 1 between these two teams. Necro Malfurion. Necro Malfurion is one of the challenge bosses in the new game plus. That's what it sounds like to me. Let's see, what do we got for heroics? I'm just peeking into the bottom lane because I do see a bit of a setup here. Pylon overcharge, the Devouring Maul will come out. Sanctification from Material as well. Haymaker Muradin will be able to push to you on the side, but he gets the Eldruin's Might to back away to safety. We do have Bladestorm Samuro as well as the Warden's Cage from Medivh. Twilight Dream, Earthquake, Ardent Defender, and the Devouring Maw as we mentioned as well. I believe that covers all of our heroics. Reformed Tyrael is going to cancel that Hearth in the bush. Gets a healing pathogen from Stukov. Medivh with the Umbral Bind into the Warden's Cage. That is going to be Malfurion launched into the mid lane from this Ragdoll physics. Hard is going to be able to back away on this Muradin as your Warden's Cage has expired. Still available Dragonite in the mid lane. Neither team has gotten a Dragonite channel just yet. A lot of denial through the mid lane. Thrall does finish out his level 4 Feral Spirit. And Samuro's going to try and grab channel, but Onigiri will have an interrupt. That is going to be Medivh in the bottom lane, taken down by Zagara. As I was so excitedly watching BRB Soaking versus Onigiri, but I don't think, yeah. Oh, actually, Stukov is going to sneak in a mid, and Hunter Orc gets the channel.
Cleanses all.
3-3 in kills. A very tense Dragonshire. As a Savage Charge actually connected onto Malfurion. I was not expecting that. Thought he was through the gate right there. Back in bottom lane. A few Banelings thrown out. Muradin a little bit low, but Malfurion had a regrowth, I believe, active. Moonfire goes out as well. Does have the Nature's Cure level 7. Pylon overcharge from the Probius. He looked to back away. The root from Malfurion. The Thunder from Thrall. Sorry. Earthquake from Thrall. Haymaker! But Zagar actually gets credit for the kill. I think she had an attack tracking onto Probius at the tail end right there, and absolutely basic attack was tracking for a 65 overkill. Savage Charge onto the Muradin, but the Umbral Bind kind of locks him in. What a weird interaction once again. 4-4 in kills, a half a level, maybe more lead in favor of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. Spirit of Vengeance to the side. Medivh is able to back off just fine. Zagara drops. Oh, that's going to be Devouring Maw into Stukov. Does he have a way to get out of the Sanctification is off the cooldown. Will it be popped? Silence from Malfurion. Samuro doesn't really care. He keeps getting autos in, but Thrall does get the counter kill. The Umbra Bind, the Sanctification coming down. Onigiri trying to back away. And Avenging Wrath in from Yrel with the Ardent Defender activated. There's the Avenging Wrath, the reset as well. Lurking Arm goes down. There's going to be a Ward's Cage from Medivh. And Yrel is taken down by the Tyrael auto attack. Now Onigiri getting a little bit low. Medivh, Elun's Wrath. Fan of Knives getting some resets. Is there an Aldruin's Might to chase in onto Onigiri? No, but they're going to Haymaker the Medivh right next to Johanna. Thanks to the assist. Oh, no. Johanna does not go down. Tyrael's the one to fall. Can they take down the Zagara with the explosion? Indeed they can. What a chaotic map, number 1. I love this. Absolute. This is just such a fun series already. Alright, so the Illusion Master. Sorry, no, Samuro doesn't have Illusion Master. He's Bladestorm. So he just popped his mirror images and looks like they had a trajectory nice into top lane. Fort in mid and top have been taken down. Bottom lane remains a level lead. Kill advantage. All to the side of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. Load low, growing infestation, and it hungers for the Stuke off. Massive shove into the wall, but Murden's like, cool, I'll just Dwarf Toss over this. We're all looking for a flank. Mike gets scouted. Devouring Maw gets the Tyrael. Umbral Bind onto Muradin. Lurking Arm goes down. Pylon overcharge for the Probius. Earthquake coming out from the Thrall as well. The Haymaker pushes the Medivh through that route. The Twilight Dream from Malfurion activates. Sanctification comes down from the Tyrael as well. The Earthquake just now expiring. We do have a massive shove onto Yrel. Zagara clears out the camp that was pushed up. Umbral Bind onto a few enemies right there. Fan of Knives getting some insane resets with the Elun's Wrath. Level 7. Thrall's the first one to go down in this. Yrel is going to be defended by 35 armor from the fort, but will not be taken down. That's going to be a holy good Aldruin's Might to Holy Ground. Lurking Arm down from the Sukov. Trying to take down Johanna. BRB soaking on to Necro. They will get the kill into that. Malfurion, the Umbral Bind pulling Yrel back. The Bladestorm chopping up a few enemies. And Tyrael's over the wall. Can he take down Yrel? Does he want to go in for this? But Yrel has got the Hand of Freedom. Murdered Dwarf Toss over the wall. The side wall has been taken down for the Tyrael. We have Samuro heading into top lane. He'll grab the mid lane soak really quickly. Bottom lane opened up by Siege Giants and more. 10 seconds on Malfurion. 14 on Zagara. This should be most of the keep taken down, and then pivot to Dragonite Channel, and then maybe end through bottom. Seems like a plausible play. Haymaker onto the Tyrael. That'd be really awkward if someone was casting all day with no delay. That'd be awkward. Oh, Samuro goes for the channel, but Muradin. You can't, unless you reset your stream, you can't just turn on a delay. That is an insanely quick reset right there. 4 kill difference. Aldruin's Might thrown in. This is going to be Holy Ground active right there. Dragonite grab, Pylon overcharge, Silence from Malfurion. Actually put on a 10-second cooldown right there. The Silence did not go off. The Warden's Cage is insane. The Umbral Binds are coming through. It's a lone Yrel, but she's going to be taking flight to Finland.
The red team's core is in peril.
Savage charge for the victory, for the 5th kill. Victory picked up 12 minutes in. An absolute super fun map number 1 in this 3-map series, as we are going to be seeing ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew take victory. 9 kill advantage. GG, well played. once again, if you got raided over from Caldor, thank you very much for hanging out with us and sticking around. We do have the follower mode on, just to get rid of bots and stuff like that. So do hit the follow button. We do stream 6 days a week. Got a lot of great content here and a lot of fun times. Monday is typically the only day I don't stream. This Monday is the rare Monday night stream for me. I'll be doing some Dark Souls 3 Archipelago with a bunch of friends. We'll be having some multiple streams and stuff like that. But typically Tuesday through Sundays are my streaming days. We do a lot of Heroes content. We do a lot of other stuff. So do drop a follow. Costs you $0. And if you'd like to support the stream, whether it be with a Prime Gaming, Tier 1, Tier 2, or Tier 1, Tier 2, or 3 sub, we do have the best Tier 3 alert in all of Twitch. There are discount subs through Twitch right now until sometime tomorrow, so if you'd like to take advantage of those and help us hit sub goals to support streaming and all that good stuff, it's much appreciated. But we're going to go ahead and roll out a block of ads and get ready for map number 2, Infernal Shrines. Alright, remind me after this game, Ashmantle. Remind me after this game, because we'll do it after Infernal Shrines, map number 2 of our third and final 3-map series of the day. On the left-hand side is ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew up in the series. And on the right side is Team Cat Red. As a reminder, we're in the Metas Madness style of draft, so heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps. So the 10 heroes we saw on... Apologies, too much tea too quickly. The 10 heroes we saw on Dragonshire will be unavailable in the future maps of these 2 maps. So we've got Infernal Shrines, and Blackheart's Bay could be the final map. I mean, it was not banned away, but we'll see. There's still a few other maps up and available. Let's get that Twitch game loaded for all of you. And here we go. First ban on the left side, we're going to get rid of that Leoric. So things like Lucio on this map are pretty good, well, Lucio in general is really good. Might see a target ban onto him. Mephisto pops up on this map quite a bit, and we have been seeing a lot of target bans on a Mephisto. This is going to be first pick, first ban over to the side of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew, which means Team Cat Red opted in for map pick priority, and they will get rid of this Kerrigan. Okay. Nice hat, thank you. Thank you. It's a silly little redemption we have here. It's an old Tex-Mex restaurant that does not exist in Tahoe anymore. But it used to be like the quintessential place you went when you got up here. Not because it was amazing, but it was mostly like the food was pretty cheap and it was decent quality. That was the big thing. Gul'dan. Alright, so they're getting rid of Fell Flame, Wave Clear, and stuff like that. Gul'dan does see a lot of play in this map as well. Does ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew go for any unique pickups here? And they had the Probius last game. Infernal Shrines, you can play Asmodan here, and it is one of the few maps we do see Asmodan picked up. Towers of Doom is another one where we've been seeing Asmodan pop up a little bit. There's the Mephisto ban, as I did expect as well. Diablo first pick right out the gate, okay. So they want Hard Initiation with Shadow Charge, possible Fire Stomp build, possible Shadow Charge build, could be an auto attack build. I'm really not sure what direction. I mean, the most common is Fire Stomp at this time, but the answer immediately is a Tychus, which I find very interesting. I mean, Tychus on the objective is really nice. Odin's a really good siege tool. I doubt it's Draken Laser Drill, but I do think Draken Laser Drill has some value here and there. Today I learned that Tychus is a bigger boy than Mal'Ganis. At least on the draft screen. But it's probably going to be Odin. You'll probably see Carrion Swarm. There's some very interesting value with nano-boosted Mal'Ganis and the level 20 upgrade for Dark Conversion, the Wrath of Nazira for the splash, and then you also have nano boost. You can also nano boost a Diablo Lightning Breath, but this is going to be Tyrande with Chen. I mean, it's Shadow Charge into Huntress Mark, Lunar Flare, Overpower, CC Train, Choo-choo for the CC Train on the side of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew, but we're getting to a mid-ban phase. They still need some sort of Wave Clear, Mage. What do they want to... What's kind of like the evil they don't want to deal with Diablo? Tracer could be a ban. Her mobility is really annoying to deal with. Cassia, I believe, is still up and available, so she could be a ban. Looks like it'll be a Kael'thas just for another form of CC being removed. But I do like the idea of the Cassia for the blind and the Tychus to mitigate some of his minigun value to allow Diablo and Chen to maybe step up and pressure into the Space Marine. Sonya to be banned away. I mean, she's just solid on this objective. Really good on this map. And Leap is a good tool as well, and maybe they're afraid of leaping into some of the squishier targets that we might have. I still do think that it could be an Asmodan on the left-hand side. I really do think both of these seem to go Asmodan. Like memes aside, like specialist stuff aside, I really do think Azmodan does well on Infernal Shrines. Very push-heavy map. Double Soak is pretty easy to get those stacks as well. But we have D.Va Whitemane with the Tychus Mal'Ganis. So the last pick can be another Bruiser if they want. They could go into a support like a Zarya if they want that extra little bit of barrier shielding and stuff like that. It could be just a straight-up mage like Jaina. Li Ming is up and available as well. Li Ming doesn't get played a ton on this map just because Arcane Orbs don't get the poke value I think she's looking for. More so like Orphea and Jaina, as I mentioned, get played here. Last two picks on the left side. Tassadar for some nice wave clear. You've also got the synergy with Diablo with the Force Wall for the Shadow Charge. Falstad, I'm actually curious what direction he's going to go. He could go into auto build. The big question I have actually is, what will the level 7 be? Will it be Boomerang for the Spell Armor debuff? Or will it just be a Secret Weapon for more damage? Because I do feel like this could be with a double soak value, this could be a really nice quick gain on frequent flyer value level 1. Last pick on the right side, I would like to see some sort of burst. Some sort of mage here would be really nice. More sustained damage. I'm not really crazy about the right side draft. There's a lot of really good sustained damage. There's possible burst as well with like Pulse Bomb, Mech Explosion. I'm not crazy about the Team Cat Red draft, but Twitch Gamble's going. We're gonna go transition into the loading screen, and we'll see what's gonna happen here in map number 2. Yo, what's up, Umber? No, the games have not been at all, dude. The games have been really great back and forths. We've had some really fun series today. Love to see Stitch's Alex Draza. Oh, me too, Hunter. Me too. Is LTU Lawrence Tech University? No, wait. No, that's LT. No, wait. I'm trying to remember. Is LTU a college or university, or is it something different? Anyways, we've got right side of the map, Team Cat Red down in this 3-map series with Onigiri playing your Tychus, Duro Click playing the D.Va, Hard is the Mal'Ganis, Johanna on Tracer, and Necro with a Skinergy. Very nice one is going to be on the Whitemane. And a little D.Va spray right there. We do, on the left-hand side, have the ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. It's Reformed on Diablo, BRB soaking is your Chen. Sven playing Falstad, Basilio playing that Tassadar. Hold on, this is the most important thing in the game. The first Sentinel from Hunter Orc hits. And there's that Basilio playing Tassadar. Grenade into the bush from Tychus. We have Mal'Ganis with some Fellclaws. Night Rush. Lunar Flare goes out. Falstad is going to get a few autos in. It is going to be that auto attack build level 1 for the Falstad as D.Va boosts and trying to create some space for Mal'Ganis. The Fellclaws are coming through. And Hard does not go down, but D.Va loses mech. Will the pilot fall as well? The Lunar Flare is good. The Psy Storm on the ground. D.Va gets hit with a Sentinel with 161 HP. She's able to back away to safety. Oh, it's Lithuania. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was the abbreviation. Thanks for teaching me. Alright. So we have Static Charge for your Tassadar, Lunar Blaze for the Tyrande, Soul Shield Diablo, Frequent Flyer Falstad, and freshest ingredients on the chat is we actually have a Falstad into D.Va top lane. Interesting. Okay. You know what? It might be Falstad against D.Va in the top lane until Chen gets his regeneration globes. I do think there's a possibility with that, and that's why they're actually having Chen in the 4-man just to get the double soak for freshest ingredients to be finished a lot faster. That's my theory on it. So we do have your 1-2 punch for Tracer, Pity the Frail. We do have pro moves D.Va, quarterback Tychus, and time to feed Mal'Ganis. First Punisher will be Arcane in the bottom lane. Falstad, I think, was checking this left side camp really quick for the allies. D.Va gets away, pushed up in the top lane, inspired ever so slightly. Tracer coming up, Falstad should have a barrel roll, avoids the pulse bomb from Johanna. And we'll continue to see the double soak from mid to bottom from the core 4, and I honestly do think that is we're seeing the Chen in all this just to get those regeneration globes faster. But right now, Night Rush, Giggle Beam, minigun activation, Tracer blinking to the side, Whitemane gets bashed up against the wall, and First Blood will be picked up by the side of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. Sentinel going across the map. We'll get some vision of this camp, and I actually think they see at the tail end, they do see Tychus, because that is the vision kind of collapsing across the map. Alright, it is about a 3/4 of a level lead already. Is minion experience that far up behind? It's slight I think it's just minion experience that hasn't been collected yet. Actually, no, it's starting to fall a bit here. So you've got about a half a level difference between the two. But Arcane Punisher in the bottom lane, let's see what we got here. Diva grabs right side, Falstead pushes up a wave in top, getting a little bit more on his stackage. Currently 9, might get into 10 stacks here after finishing out this wave. Might stick around in top. I feel like he used Flight already. He did not. Okay, so he's got Flight to the objective. We do have Diva losing mech in mid. Diablo, Psystorm! Oh my god, another Diva pilot that almost dies. But they did take down 2 mechs, which means that is a full kill onto Diva. You get a half a kill for Diva pilot, half a kill for the mech. Looking like objective phase number 1. Arcane Punisher will be picked up by Team Cat Red. Falstad, remember when I said he was clearing things out on top? Well, he's not going to fly out. He's got rapid damage applied, and Fort Gate is going to be reduced quite quickly to rubble. The objective is picked up for the bottom lane. You did hear Diva get her mech back as well as the sort of, I don't know, click sound you heard in the background. Button press, if you will. Diablo in a really awkward spot. The Force Wall comes down from Tassadar. This is going to be the Electric Fence level 4. More Shock Rays poking out as well. 65 stacks on the level 1 of the 200s. The Punisher jumps into a few enemies. The mid wall taken down already. Punisher debt 23% HP. Will be cleared away. Mal'Ganis and friends work on a bit of the Fort Gate. They do get most of this taken down. Diablo max range Shadow Charge goes in. A good cleanse with the intercession from the White Mane. Denies the Lunar Flare from connecting. Chen with the Elusive Brawler about to expire. Has a Keg Smash and an Ignite. As Diablo will be full on Soulstone is what you're seeing on the left side of your screen. We're getting into the 10 talent tiers. We've got a lot of stacking talents. Meanwhile, Falstad does get the top lane fort during all of that. That is actually huge. I completely missed that. I was so focused on the bottom lane engagement. Nicely done from Sven. Next objective, Mortar in the top lane. And I believe we're looking at a little after 7 minutes in-game time for the contestable portion of that objective. He's talking about the experience globes, Freaky. Because we no longer have the reduced experience. It's only there for 6 seconds and that's it. So I'm assuming that's what Ninja means. That's going to be a dunk on the mech explosion from Diva. Falstad and your Tychus will be traded as Falstad body flies across your screen. No one gets the right side channel as there's a chase onto a few enemies of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. Hunter with not a whole lot of mana. Oh my god, BRB Soaking steals the camp? Are you serious? And the Elusive Brawler, and he's out of there. Wandering Keg, Lightning Breath, Starfall. You've got Falstad and Tassadar. It's going to be a Falstad Gust. I'm assuming Tassadar... I could say Black Hole, but I think it's going to be Archon. Wandering Keg has got some really good displacement onto Tychus and a few enemies into the corner of the keep front gate, or the fort front gate, but that's going to be so much damage to the BRB Soaking. The Black Hole from the Tassadar activate the Lightning Breath. Cooking up. Oh my god. White Mane Mal'Ganis go down. Is there a... Oh, the Sentinel at the full set. Are you serious? Tracer recalls. Diablo Shadow Charge. Oh my god. Yikes. Well, Mortar Punisher in the top lane, as I mentioned. We should have the announcement really soon for that one. The first one went down pretty early. It's about a 3-minute timer for when that goes down to. It's contestable again. Shadow Charge onto the Diva. Bunny Hop activated by her. The Force Wall comes down from Tassadar. No Mech Explosion activated in time. It is Odin. We do also have Dark Conversion, by the way. Divine Reckoning for the White Mane, which is going to be damage and mana return to allies. No armor buff. Gonna be after 1 second, Consecrate Nerve for 4 seconds, dealing 74 damage every half second. And enemy to the enemy's side, 25% of the damage dealt is to heroes is returned as mana. Okay. Scarlet Aegis, by the way, in comparison, is going to be at level 10 at least, because it's a lot of force to remember. 444 HP, 40 armor for 4 seconds, so just That's kind of the comparable thing right there. I don't see a lot of Divine Reckoning because I think Scarlet Aegis is really strong, and Crusade level 20 is not a bad upgrade either, but it is also going to be your Quantum Spike for the Tracer. No Sticky Bomb, going to be percent-based damage. As we've kind of gone through all of the heroics here, we have 13 talents here on the left-hand side, a little bit faster from all of these kills. Fire Stomp from Diablo, returning a lot of health. Medivh, excuse me, has her Mecha Explosion available. She does have her Defense Matrix talents at 4 and 7. No nuclear option for her. All right, well, it's a 5-kill difference. We do have Tyrande picking up the Huntress Fury with the Ranger's Mark at 7 and 13. Oracle, Tassadar, you have your Hellfire, Diablo. The big one for Falstad at 13 is going to be that sustained wins for the percent-based damage. Chen will pick up the Enough to Share, which is a very common level 13 talent. He also does have the Freshest Ingredients completed, which has got a great synergy with Deadly Strike, since Freshest Ingredients gives you persisting shields, and Deadly Strike gets increased flying kick damage while you have shields from Fortifying Brew, and Enough to Share is enough to share with some allies all around. Though I don't believe Freshest Ingredients persist for the allies in that Freshest Ingredients. But either way, let's take a look here as we do have Fallen Shaman grabbed. Mortar Punisher in the top lane. Odin has been summoned by the Tychus. 13 talent tier, half a level to go on the right side of Team Cat Red. A few more shots coming in from Odin. Fort Gate is getting a little weak here. Nice! Force Wall from the Tassadar. The Night Rush from Mal'Ganis is going to be activated as he's able to back away, but the Punisher will take... Ooh, that's a good jump. Once again, Lunar Flare connects as well. Shockwave from the Tassadar. D.Va dunks a Mech Explosion. Wandering Keg. Overpower from Diablo, and that's a bit of a misplay as Tyrande does go down. The Black Hole from the Tassadar is going to be activated. Lightning Breath 360 nearly from Diablo. Divine Reckoning out from the White Mane. Gust up against the wall from Tassadar. Doesn't really work out right there, and now... the Tassadar falls, Diablo goes down. Flying kick over the sidewall from Shen. Tracer is going to chase on to BRB Soaking, who drank up a little bit of brew, but that is going to be... No way, BRB Soaking lives. Panda is not extinct. God dang! That's a tier 2!
Speaking of sharing, here is 51 months happy holidays.
Thank you very much, Cav, for the tier. Okay, that's a little bit much, chat. Come on, buds. That's a bit much, everybody. My back. A little too much spam in the middle of a game here, everybody. Lunar Flare goes out. That's going to be a Wandering Keg coming out from Chen as well. Shock Rays out into a couple of the enemies. Sentinel is not going to be able to connect onto anyone. Alright, so we've got Subjugation for the White Mane at level 13. We've probably got not Pity the Frail, Shared Punishment at level 16 as well, but we still have a level to go for that, a 3-kill difference.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Alright, I'm waiting to see what the engagement looks like as this talent tier advantage over to the ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. Shock Rays poking out here and there. 150 of 200 stacks. We do have that Thermal Lance level 16 for Tassadar, which is a nice 6 or 8% chunk. As D.Va gets the bunny hop, no Mecha Explosion, Lightning Breath, flying kick to the face, and Pilot does go down. Lens onto Mal'Ganis as he tries to back away. The Gust from Falstad as Chen is going to be able to interrupt the Dark Conversion with Wandering Keg displacement. A few enemies caught up against the wall. Tracer goes down. Her level 13 reset back to 0. Falstad needs like 2 more autos. Dark Conversion activated into Falstad. The Lunar Flare connects. Sven goes down to the Nexus Forces. As we do have Blind as a Bat from Mal'Ganis. Shock Rays coming out as well. This is going to be Hunter Orc trying to back away. Oh my god, the overkill activated, takes down the Tyrande. Grenade poking onto Tassadar. Shadow charge into the wall. Shock Rays coming through. The force wall is there. And White Mane falls, but Tassadar gets picked off. A flying kick onto Onigiri. Chen, do you have the damage needed? Night Rush should be enough for Mal'Ganis to back away to safety. All right, god dang. Wandering Keg from Chen. Pushes Mal'Ganis to the left-hand side. 7 seconds on a Dark Conversion. As the overpowers there from Diablo, Fire Stomp reactivated. D.Va working on objective. We have Tracer going to the top right for the minion wave, just to pull in a bit more experience. Tassadar up in 5 seconds, but it's looking like Team Cat Red could be able to get this Punisher. Let's see. Frozen Punisher. All right, so they will get it. Bottom fort is exposed. I would say bottom fort goes down and maybe some damage on the Keep Gate. Tychus is coming in for Siege. We do have Odin available. Tracer. Pulse Bomb is fully charged up as well. 10 seconds on a Wandering Keg for Chen. Night Rush onto the Chen right now. Overkill activated. You do have the armor-piercing rounds and the Spray and Pray 13-16. Sometimes we have the Can Do This All Day for the combo into that one, as we do have Diablo stepping out. Overpower onto the Mal'Ganis, but Blind is Bad is coming through. Starfall from the Tyranda's here as well. Punisher getting a little bit low. Might not be able to confirm this mid lane, this bottom lane fort. Dark Conversion, I think, was... No, it got the full activation there. And Wandering Keg. Mal'Ganis is going to get a little bit of Fellclaw action. That's going to be a Force Wall into the corner as well. Hard is going to get hit with a Lunar Flare. And Mal'Ganis goes down. The bottom lane fort is saved. And it's going to be a half a level on the right side. Sorry, a half a level on the left side for ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew to be able to get their 20s. And the Punisher went down, 14 minutes, 20 or so seconds. We're probably looking at 17 minutes, 20 seconds or so in game time. For the upcoming Punisher. Sentinel goes across the map. Shen and Falset are here. Shen flying kicks in. Wandering Keg just coming off a cooldown. Pulse Bomb connects onto him. He's got that 25 armor. He's doing a little circle on the point. And he's going to roll away. Invade steals the camp, gives the experience, pushes in for 20. We do have Odin summoned by the Tychus, but he dashes, trying to back away. The Shadow Charge from Diablo is there. Can they take down Oni? Yes, they do. And now Necro, Whitemane, falls as well. A wave is coming in through top lane. Can the Keep be taken down? Or will it be a pivot into mid? Because that is the next objective. Impaler camp is here. Diablo's, yeah, I think they're calling for this mid lane push. Star Shower. Sorry, Celestial Wrath for the Tyrande on the left-hand side. You do have your Force Barrier on Tassadar, Hellgate, Diablo, Wind Tunnel, Falstad, and it is the Cleansing Brew for the Chen. Mid-keep will go down. Are they going to play for core? 19 on Whitemane, 15 on Tychus. Yeah, their positioning does not bleed. Wait a minute, hold on. That's a Shadow Charge and overpower. If they take down Mal'Ganis, that could be GG. Dark Conversion will be activated. Mal'Ganis using Blind as a bat to try and back away on the right-hand side. Does get some defenses. And a hammering from Falstad is the tail end of that little poke right there. 20 talents here, about to be picked up on the right side. And that Mortar Punisher in the mid lane, I believe, is still a minute away from having an announcement. And it should be at 17:20, as I mentioned, for the contestable phasing. But you have that 30-second announcement early on. And as I said before, Mortar Punisher. Fellclaw from Mal'Ganis do fine. Diablo, he interrupts the Night Rush with an overpower. That was a weird interaction right there. Black Hole finds your... Oh my god, Falstad Wind Tunnel against the enemy as he was on like 2% HP, but is gonna get the Elun's Chosen level 4 activation from the Tyrande. Bottom lane Impaler camp is going to be grabbed. Alright, so what do we got here? It's going to be the Albedav armor. You DC the Judgment Day. Divine Reckoning deals 50% more damage and pulls enemies to the center the first time it hits. But you also have Big Red Button. You have the Wrath of Nazira and Tracer with the Get Stuffed, as Tassadar is done with his level 1. So he just gets more damage. I mean, he's been scaling the damage, active scaling. It's not like the Master Assassin from Tychus where you don't get the value, the extra 15% until you actually get the 15 stacks. So Tassadar is active scaling. And the nice thing with the Master Assassin, you still have that passive 10%, which does apply to Odin. And a fight breaks out over here. Night Rush from Mal'Ganis. The Lightning Breath from Diablo was utilized. Force Wall, Flying Kick in, Wandering Keg, but it pushes this Tychus to the side. Dark Conversion will activate onto Reform. Hellgate out from Diablo. He is full on souls. Fire Stomp into the enemy. Wind Tunnel from Falstad. Hard is going to try and step into the wind tunnel displacement. Gets hit with a lunar flare. Shock ray coming out as well. I'm not sure if it actually connected there. But our objective, it is 7 kill difference, 15-8, and Chen will start things out, grabbing Skeletal to finish for their team. Falstad heads to bottom lane, pushes things out. Defense matrix activation to a few enemies. Full defense matrix build pretty much for the D.Va. 4, 7, 13, and 16. Lunar flare going out. Reform getting a little bit low. Does have full souls. D.Va defense matrix active. Looks like Tracer's gonna get displaced by a wandering keg of the Chen towards the top lane. He'll fly and kick back onto Johanna. Odin has still got more than half the duration. You can actually check the duration on that armor bar, but it is Mortar Punisher on the right-hand side of Team Cat Red as they push in. Oracle used by the Tassadar to get vision. Chen currently just pushing top lane, by the way. D.Va's going to go answer that. Falstad managing bottom. Big red button onto the fourth. Punisher jumps over onto the Diablo, but he's going to have some pressure into the Tracer. She'll get the recall out in time. Force barrier blocking a little bit. Punisher pulled into keep gate. The minion wave is here, and the mid-fort does go down. Team Cat Red, they can get a couple kills here. This might be GG for them. They've got really good siege going into this keep. The Punisher a little bit below 50% at 35 now, actually. There are indeed 3 clips. Wind tunnel flank from Falstad. Wandering Keg, further displacement onto the Tychus, up into the top lane tower shots. We do have Lightning Breath activated by the Diablo. Tracer takes down the Tyrande. Tracer falls to Tassadar. Tychus picked off as he was mashed into the heat gate of top lane. And now D.Va drops the Mecha Explosion. Fellclaw's trying to body block. Hellgate is forced out. Divine Reckoning with the Judgment Day. Falstad barrel rolling in. Gust up in 30 seconds, but he wants to stick next to people for that auto attack damage. Huge Shadow Charge onto Whitemane, and she will be taken out of this map. Now here's the question between Tassadar, Diablo, Falstad, and Chen. Can they just end? Looks like they want to try and take down Mal'Ganis, who does have Blind as a bad active. You kind of see the red glow in his eyes. Also the amount of Fellclaws that he's utilizing here. Dark Conversion at the tail end, but he still gets taken down, and Diablo is going to Hearth out for full. Shen moving across the map. Tassadar pushing up mid. I don't think this is GG, though. It seems like we do have a sustained map head. It's going to be another minute or two for the objective coming up soon. All right. Alrighty, so bottom fort has gone down. That's where the Frozen Punisher's coming through. D.Va hit with a Shadow Charge into Overpower. Bunny Hop will be activated as well. No pop and lock level 20 or anything like that. Defense Matrix activated. Lunar Flare misses. Wandering Keg, but D.Va's going to be able to boost away. Oracle activated for a bit of vision as they will invade this camp. Pulse Bomb fully charged. Bunny Hop up in 40. 25 on Wandering Keg. 62 on Lightning Breath. And I didn't see when the last Punisher went down, but I think we're getting really close to a Punisher announcement. Oh, a very important stat to mention, by the way, for Falstad. Currently at 69 stacks. All the nicest in chat for the Falstad player here. 69 stacks on Sven. Well done, bud. Now you can go win the game. You hit the mark. Fire Stomp out from Diablo in the lane. The Impaler camp is pushing up. Falstad, I think he's going to split off and grab this Fallen Shaman. He's got 20 seconds to go on this. Level 24 to almost level 23. Slight scaling advantage to ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. It's going to be a game-winning Punisher. Let's see what we got going on. Thank you to everyone doing nices. Alright, few of the skeletal defenders are going to be cleared away. Falstad actually is going to be in top lane pushing things up. I assume he has flight. He'll be popping that. Mal'Ganis is going to get a cleanse from White Man as he uses Blind as Bat to get back into the objective area. Falstad is currently just trying to enter top lane, I do believe. Tracer is going to be scouted out. Hearthing on the left-hand side. Is there a Lunar Flare? Not in time to delay her, but the top lane keep should go down. Falstad will fly in now. Divine Reckoning, Odin Summon, Wind Tunnel to push the enemies away. They want to focus on to Whitemane and Tychus here. Flying kick onto Whitemane. D.Va gets her mech back. It is going to be Mortar Punisher picked up, or sorry, Frozen Punisher picked up by Team Cat Red, but Diablo goes in with the Shadow Charge. Tychus taken down. Necro the next target, and the Tracer did defend top lane, but I think this may be... D.Va's gonna delay out what I feel. Oh no, they're gonna ignore the enemies. They're just going core, which I don't blame. I don't blame it at all. 24 minutes in, one of the longest games probably today, and it looks like it is going to be ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew heading to core. D.Va, Mal'Ganis, and Tracer to defend. This Tracer Pulse Bomb misses. Does get some damage while it's on the ground. Shadow Charge onto Mal'Ganis. Recall from Tracer. Johanna a little bit low. BRB soaking. Drinks up a bit of brew. Zones the Tracer back. She might hearth out by the Keep Gate. Punisher's pushing bottom, but that's really a non-issue currently, as that's Mal'Ganis taken down. Dark Conversion, I believe, went off, but it didn't get the value they were hoping for. D.Va Pilot goes down, and she tried to use Mech Explosion to clear out this core area. Tracer, the lone defender. The shielding is being broken. 4 seconds on Tychus. 5 on the Whitemane. Hellgate attempted to try and connect into this Tracer. Wind Tunnel from Falstad is going to guarantee this map number 2, and ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew have a 2-0 lead in this 3-map series. Let's go ahead and check out some stats and pay out the people. Thank you, Ash Mantle. Appreciate it, bud. All right, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the final block of the ads today. If you'd like to support the stream, if you're having a good time, as always, do follow the stream. We did get raided over from Caldor, so if you're new to the stream, be sure to follow. We stream 6 days a week. We do have follower mode on, and it's just to help us avoid bots and stuff. It makes my life easier, it makes my mods' life easier, and it makes everyone happy because they don't have to deal with bots. So do consider following, or at least do follow, because it costs you $0. There's a lot of great content on this channel. And we also do have discounted subs currently through Twitch. We are 17 subs, excuse me, away from our sub goal for some more Bahamut supplies, as we do paintings every single month. And in the month of December, we are doing 2 paintings, a raffle. And one of them is Aurora Borealis. The other one is either a ocean, like a what's it called, a seascape, or a forest waterfall. So we're going to be doing 2 dark canvases, of course one of them being Aurora Borealis painting, but do consider it if you'd like to take advantage of the discounted subs to help us hit the sub goal or support the stream. It's much appreciated. But either way, alright, sorry, grab myself water, make sure you guys aren't missing much of the draft here. Tuesday's high 37, low 26 in Alabama. Tuesday for us is going to be literally 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah. Now granted, our nights are cold because, you know, mountains and stuff like that. So it does go down to like 20 something Fahrenheit. But either way, let's get into it. Final map of the day. If you'd like to make a blind gamble, we are here in Sky Temple. Final game of the day. Final map of the day. All that good stuff. I made the gamble a little bit longer just so if you want to see a little bit more of the game, all that good stuff. But here we go. As I mentioned at the start of this series, there is going to be, after the ban phase, 40 heroes of the 50 unavailable for Heroes of the Storm. And so we'll see what Sky Temple will bring to the table. A first ban on Azul. Now, here's the important thing to mention. We are a big fan of Cho'Gall on this channel. We have Cho'Gall emote and all. So I am kind of hoping to see that here. Sky Temple is also a pretty good Abathur map. We've only seen, if memory serves correct, we've seen 1 Abathur today, and that was the Exodia versus the Gaffel's Girthy Gremlins. And so that was Hazuubs playing that. So there's a possibility for Abathur. I think Sky Temple's a really good map for Abathur, especially Mule countering some of the siege value from the temple shots. And Nubarak, Zool, Lucio, and... You know, I shouldn't have said anything. I really shouldn't have said anything. You look very detailed in 60-inch. Oh, well, thanks for complimenting my inches. I am using enhanced broadcasting, which does make it better for a bunch of, like, different devices, is the way I understand it. So, so technically my bitrate and everything is better for multiple different device types, is the way that I understand enhanced broadcasting. Ariel will be the first pick on the left-hand side. The Cho was banned away, so no Cho'Gall this game. Womp womp. But we could still see Abathur shenanigans. We could still see, like Abathur, Illidan's up, which is definitely something you can run on this map. Varian Ana's a really safe 1-2 pickup. You get a great healer. You get healing debuff. You get a secondary CC tool with Sleep Dart. It's assumed to be a taunt Varian. Charge and Lines mod do have their slow values and such like that. But Ariel, what do they want as the battery for this? I don't think Gul'dan has been played in this series yet, so Gul'dan is not a bad pickup. Tracer has already been played. It could just be, honestly... Okay, so they're going to grab the Ariel, Sonya, ETC, so both teams really not showing the direction they're going into. I feel like the ETC is going to be a stage dive ETC. I don't think it will be a mosh pit game. If it is a mosh pit game, maybe like a Jaina for just like burst into the mosh. Like leap, mosh. But like sleep dart's an interrupt. That's actually the only interrupt right now, is sleep dart. Zeratul to be target banned. Is there Vikings gonna be played here? Because the Vikings were played on Blackheart's Bay in the previous series. So Vikings are up, if memory serves correct. It was Serdath who played it. So maybe that's the reason we're seeing the Zeratul ban. I mean, Zeratul is just a solid hero through and through, but I think there could be an indication that this might be Olaf, Balog, and Eric. The Malthael ban is interesting as well. That kind of leads me to believe that'll be some sort of hyper carry on the left-hand side for ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew with a second bruiser. So, like, double bruiser, Sonya something else, and ETC main tank, Ariel healer, and then maybe a mage like Jaina, maybe a sustain. Actually, Alarak could be a pickup here too, because Alarak brawls really good around the objective areas.
The hunt is on.
Valeera? Is the last pick Abathur? I feel like Valeera Abathur is a thing. It's heroes that are picked and played, Cranky, are unavailable. That's the easy way to break it down. So if we were to go to a map number 4, there's the 16 tournament baseline banned heroes, and then these 10 heroes plus the other heroes from the other maps would be unavailable. But we don't have a map 4 in this. These are 3-map series, so that way we get to this final map where we're basically having 40 heroes unavailable. 36 from the tournament baseline bans, map 1 and 2, and then, of course, the 4 bans at the top of the screen. But Azmodan Raynor will be the last 2 picks on the left-hand side. I was not anticipating the Azmodan, but I do like it a lot. I'm a big fan of the lad. Is there going to be an Abathur? I do feel like they were kind of going for that direction. And maybe this is a pivot into Gold Lord Leoric. I do like that Star-Lord coloration's really solid. I do really like Team Cat Red's draft. I think they've got some sneaky value with this Valeera. The Valeera is really interesting here. I'm excited to see this. As I said, final gamble of the day. No ads will be coming your way. But banned heroes can still be picked in subsequent games. Yes, the bans are not permanent. It's only heroes that are picked and played. Cranky, if you were here like 2 drafts ago, you would have heard this entire explanation. Why were you late to the stream? No, it's good to see you, bud. Happy Sunday, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Final map of the day. Big shout out to Calder for the raid. Thanks for hanging out. And if you're new to the stream, be sure to follow because we got a lot of great content that is existing on this channel. But Team Cat Red, for the final time today, will be on the right-hand side of Sky Temple. Necro playing the Ana, Onigiri, Leoric, Durklick playing that Valeera, Urana on Yrel, and Hard Varian. Left side of the map, we've got your impromptu role swap crew looking for the 3-0 with a BRB soaking Sonya, Reformed DTC, Sven Azmodan, solid skin choice by the way, bud. Basilio will be your Rainer and Hunter work on the Ariel. Did anyone free Harrison Jones? No, he's stuck in Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Go fight. Do whatever it is you do.
Indeed. Alright, veteran marksman for the Rainer. You got Greed Azmodan. ETC block party. You've got your Righteous Assault for the Ariel, and a Furious Blow for the Sonya, upgrading her Seismic Sand Power Slide into the very Entertainment Strike into the wall as well. Sonya lands a Spear, the Sleep Dart onto Sven, knocked out Azmodan for a moment, a dunk onto the enemies, picks up a couple stacks, and that'll be the attempted kill early on. We do have the Subtlety for Valeera. After teleporting with Ambush, Sheep Shot, or Garrosh, regenerate 10 energy per second for 5 seconds. And Sentinel Wisp for the Lunara. But yes, final map of the day. Get a nice big gamble in. Ooh, 69,000, 45,000. We got some pretty good odds if you'd like to play into that. But Siege Giants will be traded a little bit faster from Impromptu Role Swap Crew. A Power Slide finds the Valeera in mid lane. ETC with a couple autos. And a Sinister Strike to dash away, but Azmodan will get the full channel of his All-Shell Burn, which does get that pop damage at the end, but no kill into Valeera. So it is going to be traded camps, as I mentioned beforehand. Ladder grenade going down on the ground. In the bottom lane, Lunara with a little bit of poke onto the enemies. It does seem like so far, ETC and Azmodan are clearing out the wave and already got rid of one Siege Giant. A little bit of dunk action in with a face melt at the end to try and get more stackage for the Lord of Sin. Valeera rotating in, jumps onto BRB soaking. The Sonya looks to back away, but the taunt from Varian lands onto them as well. First Blood picked up by Team Cat Red. ETC power slides into the Varian. Camps are being contested in top, and it does seem the mage is already cleared out on the left-hand side, so no spell armor buff in the possible team fight. 20 spell armors, what you can grab from that one. Johanna gets hit with that ending of the All-Shell Burn. A dunk misses, anticipating Lunara trajectory as we get back into the top lane. So our first objective is going to be announced in 4 seconds here. Sky Temple is one of the rare maps in Heroes of Storm where the first 2 objectives are scripted. The first one being top and center. Second objective being singular in the bottom of the map. Oftentimes there's going to be the Bruiser camps pushed up into the gates to try and get some early siege. That way the entirety of the top temple does finish out Fort, Gate, and the Fort. And I don't think there's been enough siege achieved for that to happen if Impromptu Role Swap Crew does get this top lane objective. But 5 seconds on that. Contestion opening up, 7 talents here looming. Azmodan in bottom lane, getting dove on. Lunara gonna chase in as well. We do have Valeera with so much damage, and Azmodan will fall. The Ariel in top lane will get top temple shots. The Orc is just gonna clear the wave. Mid lane is looking like Varian will hold on to this, and those shots, of course, going into mid lane Fort Gate. Lunara is gonna be pushing into the bottom lane. Inspires the minion wave. Sidesteps a little bit of that slam value from Sonya. Does get a couple autos into the Barbarian. Backing away safely. Up back in the top lane. Thought we might have a small fight to break out, but none to be the case. No anti-healer, by the way, on the On at level 7. Going into the Night Terrors right there. Try and get the Ana vision so we can see her dots as well onto enemy heroes, but this is going to be Rainer with some decent sustained damage performed, trying to body block the Valeera. That is going to be that debilitating dart right there, activated into ETC as he didn't take a nap, but he did get slowed quite a bit. Lunara continuing to push bottom lane. The temple phasing is over. Top right Fort is about 50%. Mid lane, let's call it 75 for ease. Alright, hey, we got some pretty big odds on this one. I think you still have another 2 minutes on the gamble from when you're hearing me talk about this, if you'd like to take part in it. Based off of the first 4-ish minutes of the map you've seen. 2 kills already to the right side of Team Cat Red. Will they be able to sustain this pressure onto the enemy? Apologies, we missed the Ana on the top lane. Rainer does take her down. And with the minion wave, ETC, Ariel, this should be top lane Fort complete. completely cleared out. Lunara will soak up bottom. We'll go ahead and cycle through the other numbers. Since we're waiting to see what the 10 talent tiers look like, might as well check the other stats and tame a strike into the wall. Lear jumps in. But Hunter Orc has a self-cast. Not Searing Light, sorry. I gotta learn this one. Ray of Heaven, that makes sense. I keep wanting to call it Healing Light, and I'm like, that's not, Blizzard would not do that. What Blizzard would do is they would name Dragon Strike a thing that summons spinning dragons, and Dragon's Arrow the AoE stun. You'd think that Strike would be a stun. I will die on this hill, chat. Regardless, let's move back into the fight because Valyr's going to dive into the Ranger to tame a strike into the wall, and the Valyr, she's going to dash to the side as well. Power Slide from ETC misses. Finding Valeera as Azmodan takes down Lunara. And Azmodan will be near that bottom objective. 10 talents here on the left. Demonic Invasion, Mosh Pit, Rainer's Raiders, Leap Sonya, and Crystal Aegis for that Ariel. Right side is going to be Eye of Horus. Leaping Strike, Smoke Bomb, Entomb. We'll see if Varian charges every 4 seconds or if he's going to be having protection when he parries. This is objective up. Bottom fort is mostly taken down. And Ariel's going to get the last shots to definitely confirm this. ETC can power slide through Valeera, possibly this Varian. Smoke Bomb activated. ETC gets taunted. Fighter Kane goes out. Eye of Horus getting shots as well. Reformed is trying to back away. Leaping Strike from Lunara. The Ray of Heaven from Hunter Orc is good. Crystal Aegis activated onto Raynor. Big AoE explosion at the end. Valeer is able to take down Raynor, which does take down 15% from his veteran marksman. Valeer jumps in. Sonya leaps in. And ETC, Raynor do get taken down. Valeera, with not a whole lot of health, sidesteps the spear of BRB soaking. Goes invisible. But I don't believe this Valeera will make it out alive, nor does the Ana. A bit of a bloodbath in bottom. But as the dust settles, Azmodan dances on the point. You'll love to see it, Sven. So bottom fort did go down. Remaining shots should take down mid lane fort. And it's looking really comfortable for ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. It is Warbringer, by the way, for the variant. He can charge every 4 seconds. You can also utilize allies or allied minions to back away. By the way, that noise you're hearing from Sonya every so often, that's her Battle Rage activation from level 7. That's sort of, you know, I guess you could call it like a yell, in a sense. Not really a grunt. Alright, so boss is up. We have got Raynor on the left side, pivoting with Sonya for a Siege Giant camp. ETC will anchor for the allies. A half a level lead is formed between the two teams, and that does give 13 talents here on the left-hand side. We do have Eye of Horus activated! Valeera and Leora capture Azmodan, and I think Ana had a couple shots coming through as well. Let's take a quick look on the overkill. Yeah, Eye of Horus. There was a nice big Ray of Heaven, but the damage from Valeera, Drain Hope, Eye of Horus, and Sinister Strike was a 9 overkill in that one. As we take a look back into bottom lane. Varian, by the way, is going to go into Mortal Strike, a 40% healing debuff for 4 whole seconds. No Juggernaut for the 4% charge, or Shatter Throw as well for the armor. Clear. I saw it. Man, a lot of tier 2s today. You love it. Look at it. Brand new tier 2. Anya, thank you for the brand new tier 2 resub. Thank you so very much for that. I appreciate it greatly. I believe it's Anya plus... No, Anya's plus Hot's Kitty? I think I read that right. Thank you for the brand new tier 2. Holy crap, thank you. I am Yanthor's... Oh! That would make sense. All right, well, thank you very much. Tier 2 gang rise up, indeed, yeah. I'm very proud of that edit. I thought of that edit literally as I was watching 300 a couple of years ago. I was like, oh my god. Anyways, thank you again so very much. I appreciate that greatly.
My magic flows.
Yeah, Anya plus Hot's Kitty. I think I got it right. Yeah. All right, let's focus back in onto the game because we do have a third objective here. It is going to be center and bottom locations. Thank you again for the brand new tier 2. Helps out the stream a ton. And Valier will clear things out on top. We do have temple shots into bottom. Lunara inspiring a way to try and speed things up. So that way temple shots from bottom do find their way into top lane. Dunk from Asmodan trying to clear out the mini wave, but it doesn't matter. I do believe there should be double forts taken down. The issue, Sonya and friends are working on a mid lane keep against the side of Team Cat Red. Leap in from Sonya, demonic invasion, Mosh Pit City. And Valeera Anna do get taken down. The last shots of the temple and bottom will fire into the top lane fort gate, I believe. Yeah, no, actually the fort is no longer got a gate. We do have Varian able to hearth out from the bottom lane. But Team Cat Red, they get a couple structures, they lose a couple members, and they now have to defend against a boss. This actually could be Siege Giant's plus boss, but no. As a run into mid lane, maybe onto Lunara. Mid shots expire. Mid keep is going to be dropping rapidly. There's a siege coming in as well. Yeah, that scene's literally from... What? Maya Force activated here.
Knees.
Takes down ETC with Valeera. More sustained damage from Lunara, but she decides to back off for a moment. They don't want to chase him further. Varian has a charge. Leap from Sonya finds the Valeera slam to follow that up. That's going to be active reload for a big burst of heals. That is also going to be Rainer falling. Lunara takes down Ariel. And the All-Shell Burn activated by Sven. Minus healing applied to him. Taken down by Leoric. It is a few late game kills that are massive. The boss and bottom lane will be cleared away. Raz, thank you for the Prime Gaming for 30 months. I appreciate that very much, my friend. Thanks for using your Prime. A lot of places you can use it, but thanks for choosing our lovely channel. Alright, sorry, I had to sneeze there. I think I got the mute time. If you want knees, the best way is to redeem bandit pets or painting streams or cooking streams. I don't have a knee redemption because I had a spine injury. Power slide in, face melt, encore boombox left on the ground. It is imposing presence, by the way, for the ETC level 16. A lot of auto attack damage on the right side, so I do like that pickup. Leoric is going to get a skeletal swing and such into the top lane fort. And for the first time in this entire series, I do believe Team Cat Red is leading in experience and kills. Let's see if this will be, let's see, next objective, singular in the top lane, so top shots will go into top keep. Top keep on the left-hand side, very well defended. Right side, same amount of HP and defense. York has top channel. Just waiting to see what unfolds here because there's a decent wave pushing up in top lane. Varian Lunara showing in mid. Asmodan has to know what's happening. The read on Leoric. This is a way too split call. I don't really know what Team Cat Red was trying to do here. Like Lunara, Varian, were they trying to chase the Asmodan in bottom? Leaving Leoric all alone like this was so risky, but it is going to be a bit of a blunder. The top temple shots will be controlled by ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew, and that'll take down some of the keep gate. Definitely more siege value achieved here. And maybe a couple shots onto the major structure. One shot should take down this tower, and the rest will go into the keep, so it's going to be a small amount of damage. Still like 80-90% on that keep, realistically. But 20 talents here will roll through on the both sides. Leoric is going to be respawning in 12 seconds or less if he cheats death. We do have Valier going into the elusiveness. Increase Valier's movement speed while vanished by an additional 20. You've got Deadeye for the Ana. You do have your intensifying toxins with the unfair advantage at 1620. Glory to the Alliance and Buried Alive. Ignore Pain for the Sonya. Duskwing, which is a huge one for Rainer. That minus 30 armor is massive. And Duskwing shoots really quick. It's like two or three attacks a second. 2 attacks per second. Each attack reduces armor, physical and spell, by 3 for 1 second, stacking up to 30. So yeah, it's pretty quick you can get that. We do have your Ignore Pain, as I mentioned, Diamond Resolve, ETC with Ride the Lightning, his unique Bolt of the Storm, and Asmodan is going to be Sin's Grasp, as he already got his baseline, or sorry, his level 1 200 stacks, which is the big factor in this build for him. The rest of it's just laser time into the enemies. as Valla tries to back away. Mosh pit, but she had that smoke bomb. Bolt of the Storm over the wall. Vallira's just like, I'm out of here, girl. I'm out of here, ETC. And yeah, she will be able to disengage. That elusiveness level 20 helped out a ton for her. Leoric in top lane, by the way, has got a wave crashed up onto Keep Gate. We have Ana, Eye of Horus activated. I think she's using that to scout out some camps and stuff like that. Leoric, he's going to shove into top lane. It's getting a little risky here. Wraithwalk, he does have the Crushing Hope and Burning Despair. No. Unyielding Despair. Burning Despair is 20. Those two I always mix up. But 16 and 13, you've got your Crushing Hope and Unyielding Despair. Bottom objective is coming up next. Top lane objective. And remember, top shoots top, and that keep is exposed. Bottom lane, similarly exposed. Valla chilling, completely invisible because she has not moved. Does look like Leoric is going to be having a 1v1 up against BRB Soaking. Is there a drain available? That little greenish glow you saw for a moment, that was Osin's renewal. Leoric is going to Wraith Walk out. Asmodan still has the laser applied. The dunk comes through. And Sven will take credit for the kill. Lunar in bottom lane, meanwhile, is going to get shots on the bottom lane keep. And top right keep is possibly taken down from top lane. Yeah, it should be taken down from top lane. So we'll see traded keeps in this moment. Sentinel Wisp from Lunara scouts out this Banshee hovering around, which does clear out the Sentinel Wisp, I do believe. I literally, Raz, told you when these happen. I literally told you when it happens. It does happen. You just have to be a patient person and be here. Bolt of the Storm. Vallira's trying to back away. That's going to be a mosh pit as their active reload. Laser from Asmodan. Boss is triggered, and ETC takes down Vallira.
Stronger than I believed.
So boss for bottom lanes. Siege Giants are pushing up. Do Team Cat Red just Hail Mary and just try and run at the enemy core? I doubt it. I think they try and defend this, but it's gonna be a tough situation up against a boss through bottom. BRB Soaking is hearthing out. Oh, Leoric is literally pushing up on core. Asmodan will go defend this. Yeah, Leoric doesn't do this on his own. And now it's a really awkward situation because you have Asmodan probably denying his back, so you've got the enemy team plus boss pushing onto your core, and that boss is above 50% HP. The clear on this, the defense is going to have to be absolutely monumental. The Leaping Strikes go on to BRB Soaking. Ignore Pain Pop by her. Shielding has been dropped. Boss Slam zones Vallira back. The boss will be cleared away. Power Slide ETC. Dunks from Asmodan. Leap from Sonya. Actually might have had the little bit of splash damage needed, but GG's will be called. And that is Impromptu Role Swap Crew with a solid and clean 3-0. Well, don't skedaddle out of here just yet. We're going to get a host and raid. Hazuab said that he's going to be continuing to stream, so I'm going to be raiding over to him. I just want to take a moment and thank Kaldor once again for the massive raid. There's a lot of places that we're casting today, so I appreciate the raid over to the channel, bringing some new friends to the stream. As I said beforehand, if you enjoyed yourself here, if you had a good time, we do stream 6 days a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays are always my Heroes casting days. Wednesdays and Fridays, we do a little bit of variety. And then Saturday and Sundays, if there's a Heroes tournament, I'll be casting those. For example, next weekend Saturday is the day 7 of this tournament, and then Sunday there's no more of this tournament until we get to the following weekend for playoffs. But Cure is running his ARAM tournament. He said that he is very happy to have me cast over there, so I will be casting the Cure tournament next weekend on Sunday. So as I said beforehand, if you're new to the stream, be sure to drop a follow. Every little bit is much appreciated, whether it be follows, subs, reoccurring subs, all that good stuff. And thank you again, everyone, for hanging